Wingless Dreamer presents eye-opening LGBTQ perspectives you need to read. We know the Pride Month is over and we are a bit late to publish this video. But guess what? Every month is a Pride Month. Sound cliche to you? Get lost. Just kidding. In this video, we are going to talk about the importance and evolution of LGBTQ representation in literature throughout the history and how it has transformed the lives of LGBTQ members. So let's talk about why LGBTQ literature is so important. I will mellow it down in 3 big points. Number 1. Being empathy and understanding plays a huge role. These stories let us walk in someone else's shoes, helping us understand and break down misunderstandings and prejudice. Number 2 would be visibility and affirmation. For LGBTQ folks, seeing their own experiences in stories is powerful. It provides visibility and affirmation, making them feel seen and validated. Lastly, number 3 is acting as a catalyst for social change. These narratives inspire dialogue and activism, pushing society towards more acceptance and equality. Now being said that, let's jump into the history of LGBTQ representation in literature. Ancient Greece, Plato's Symposium and Sappho's poetry were dropping homoerotic hints left and right. These works were like secret codes, whispering LGBTQ themes to those in the know. Fast forward to the 19th century, where literary geniuses Oscar Wilde and Walt Whitman were slyly weaving LGBTQ themes into their works. They were the ultimate masters of subtlety, hinting at hidden truths between the lines. Oscar's works, such as The Picture of Dorian Gray, The Importance of Being Honest, The Happy Prince and Other Tales, and De Profundis can resonate with you to explore the nuances of LGBTQ themes in 19th century. Alongside, there was another genius called Walt Whitman, who very neatly crafted the LGBTQ themes through his works such as Leaves of Grass, Calamus, Drum Taps, and Song of the Open Road. Intrigued? You must definitely dive into these early hidden narratives and discover the whispers of LGBTQ history in classical literature. Let's jump into the mid-20th century breakthroughs. First one is coded messages. Authors like James Baldwin in Giovanni's Room and Patricia Highsmith in The Price of Salt began addressing LGBTQ themes more openly, often with subtlety due to censorship. Second one would be rise of LGBTQ presses. The 60s and 70s saw LGBTQ publishing houses and magazines emerge, giving queer voices a platform. The Letter by Daughters of Abilities was the first nationally distributed lesbian publication in the United States. Coming to late 20th century and early 21st century, let's discuss intensively mainstream recognition. There were many books that brought LGBTQ narratives to the mainstream. Tales of the City by Armistead Maupin is a charming and poignant series that chronicles the interconnected lives of eclectic residents of 28 Barbary Lane in 1970s San Francisco. Fun Home by Alison Bechdel is a graphical memoir exploring the complex relationship with her father and her journey of self-discovery and acceptance. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Janet Winterson is a semi-autobiographical novel about young girl's coming of age and her struggle to reconcile her sexuality with her strict religious upbringing. These books must read for all the LGBTQ members and their allies. Current representation in LGBTQ literature. The 90s and 2000s saw a wider range of LGBTQ stories from different racial, cultural, and socio-economic backgrounds, which resulted in the multiplication of diverse and inclusive voices. Let's discuss intersectionality. According to Wikipedia, intersectionality is a sociological analytical framework for understanding how groups and individuals' social and political identities result in unique combinations of discrimination and privilege. Modern LGBTQ literature includes a wide array of identities and experiences. Check out Freshwater by Abeki Amezi and Hunger by Roxane Gay. Global Perspectives, story from around the world like The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy and Call Me by Your Name by Andre Aciman. Young adult book. There is a surge in LGBTQ representation in YA books. Popular ones include Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, They Both Died at the End by Adam Silvera, and Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malinda Lo. These books often feature LGBTQ characters in leading roles, providing young readers with positive role models. Coming to the literary awards, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller won Orange Prize, whereas The Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera won the Best Fiction YA from 2011 to 2023. Too much information, isn't it? On that note, we will bid farewell. But before we go, a note to all the queens and kings out there.
For LGBTQ writers, for us, storytelling becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery and empowerment, shining a light on the beauty of diverse identities and experiences. Don't let it diminish for any reason. Through your works, you can inspire others to embrace their authentic selves, fostering a world where love, respect, and understanding thrive unconditionally. In this realm of words and imagination, every story told is a beacon of hope, urging us all to cherish our uniqueness and to love ourselves fiercely just as we are.
Thanks for watching. For more content like this, subscribe to Wingless Dreamers YouTube channel. This video created and edited by Ruchi Acharya and content provided by Shreya Mishra and narrated by Ajay Barot.